trade wars are very damaging to the economies of all countries. So we don't think that although there is a very big imbalance in the trade between China and the US, the way to resolve that should be through reaching some kind of agreement with regard to the trade. Perhaps China should be asked not to export too much to the US and to buy more from the US. That will reduce the imbalance. But applying trade through trade wars, applying sanctions is only damaging not only for China but also for the US.
وإلى أين يمكن أن يصل مستقبل هذه الحرب في ظل أنها أصبحت حرب مدمرة للطرفين وليس لطرف واحد؟
Well, I hope that future presidents of the United States might change the policy because it is damaging also to the United States. The cost of living in the US will rise because China provides cheaper products, and that will help the living standards in America. But if America stops trading with China and stops investing in China, then these companies cannot go back to America where the cost of production is very high. It has to invest in other countries. But then if you invest in other countries and lose the big Chinese market, then of course the profitability cannot be guaranteed, especially in motor vehicles. Lots of Western motor vehicles are manufactured in China, mostly for the Chinese market. We have expressed our hope that the South China Sea will not see any confrontation between the US and China. We have asked that no warships, big warships, should be stationed in the South China Sea because it may cause accidents and that may lead to fighting or more serious confrontation. What we want to see is a South China Sea that is peaceful. So any attempt to confront China because of Chinese claims should not be through stationing warships in the South China Sea. Such things should be resolved through negotiation or through a court of law.
ما هي الأهمية الاستراتيجية لبحر الصين الجنوبي؟
South China Sea is the sea where a huge number of ships or a huge amount of trading is done. East and west trade must pass through the South China Sea. If there is a conflict there, obviously ships cannot pass through safely. And that means our trade, China's trade, our trade, the Southeast Asia's trade, all will be obstructed. And we will lose a lot if we cannot trade with people. So it is important that the South China Sea remains free for navigation by all countries.
ما الذي جاء بالولايات المتحدة من على بعد عشرات الآلاف من الكيلومترات إلى بحر الصين الجنوبي لكي تناوش الصين؟
China claims that the South China Sea belongs to China. But so far, it has done nothing to stop free navigation. But the US is always trying to block China from being very assertive, being able to influence the countries of Southeast Asia. And of course, that will help in the development and growth of China to compete with the US. What is a fact is that America spends huge sums of money developing weapons of all kinds. And when you do that, it threatens Russia. And Russia's response is to equip itself with more weapons. So there is an arms race started basically by America, which spends a huge sum of money on producing weapons and building up a huge military force. When you do that, you threaten people, and then you apply sanctions on Russia. Of course, Russia will have to defend itself and find ways of retaliating against the threats.
هناك تعاون وثيق الآن بين روسيا والصين، بل ربما ولادة لتحالف. هل العداء التاريخي بين البلدين في تصورك انتهى؟
Well, China and Russia both feel the pressure exerted by the United States. When you do that, you push your enemies closer together. You are against Russia, you are against China, and of course the way to counter the threats from US is for you to join, to strengthen yourself, and naturally you push them together. Well, the KL Summit was proposed because we think that the Muslim world is in a state of crisis. Nothing seems to have been done to stop this crisis. Muslims are fighting each other. They are very unstable. Some Muslim countries do not have a proper government even. So the Muslim countries that are relatively free from trouble should come together and find out why is this happening, whether there is anything that can be done to reduce the conflicts and the between Muslim countries especially, and also the fighting that goes on within the Muslim countries.
ما هي المجالات الأساسية التي ستتعاون هذه الدول الخمس فيها فيما بينها؟
There is a possibility, of course, for the countries to cooperate economically, to help each other to grow, but we can also exchange information on the governance of our countries, on how to achieve stability, how to grow the country and make it stronger economically. And because if you are stronger economically, then obviously you will also be slightly stronger in terms of our military capability.
هل هذا التحالف الخماسي مرتبط بكم كأشخاص؟ مهاتير رئيس وزراء ماليزيا، الرئيس أردوغان في تركيا، الشيخ تميم بن حمد أمير قطر، رئيس وزراء عمران خان رئيس وزراء باكستان، أم أنها فعلا قناعة من الدول وليس من الأفراد؟
Well, we have had some private discussions with each other, and we have the same mindset. We are worried about the fate of the Muslims and the religion of Islam because it is under attack. People are instigating Muslim countries to fight each other, to have civil wars, to become unstable, to the extent that Muslims now are running away from their own country, from their own Muslim country, which means that their own Muslim country is not providing them the security. And yet this is what is enjoined upon us, to provide security, to defend the Ummah. That has not been done.